basically how you feel about yourself and the world, your thoughts and emotions, and your mental health and well-being. Then a little bit further downstream to that is your day-to-day behaviors and your approach to food, movement, sleep, and rest. And even further downstream is your physical health. Happiness equals healthy. This link between happiness and health has been confirmed by many amazing researchers. When I spoke with the brilliant psychologist, Professor Laurie Santos from Yale University, she told me, if you look at people's happiness, you see effects on their health and longevity. In one study, scientists brought people into the lab and measured their general positivity levels. They then shot rhinoviruses up their nostrils, which caused the common cold. Everyone in the study was exposed to the virus. The question was, who would get sick? The happy people or the unhappy ones? What they found was that 3 times the number of people got sick in the not-so-positive mood category, Professor Santos told me. Part of the reason happiness impacts our health so much is that if you're feeling good about your life, you're more likely to exercise, socialize, and avoid comfort foods. Now, I think that's pretty obvious, but happiness goes much deeper than this. Incredibly, it's been found that even when these kinds of lifestyle factors are accounted for, happier people still live longer. One study looked at nuns who all ate the same diets and took similar amounts of exercise to each other. When these nuns entered service and took their holy orders, they all wrote an autobiographical essay. These essays were rated by psychologists who assessed them for the amount of positive emotion they showed. The researchers then separated them into 4 groups, with the happiest at the top. Of that happiest quarter, 90% of the nuns were still alive at the age of 85. In the unhappiest quarter, just 34% were still alive. Extraordinary findings like these show us how incredibly beneficial happiness can be to our health. They confirm my own decades of experience as a doctor. So many of my patients are rushing around, struggling to find the time to do simple activities like going for a walk. They're not getting enough quality sleep and are constantly feeling a background state of overwhelm. Now, we somehow think that we can live this way for years, but we can't. People are more stressed out than ever before. Rates of burnout are on the rise, and many experts are warning of a mental health tsunami around the corner. We too often forget that mind and body are not just connected. Our mind is a part of our body. This is why living an unhappy life can have serious consequences for both our mental well-being and our physical health. Little by little, often without us even realizing, stresses build up inside us. Every time we get frustrated with another human being or wish things were different from the way they are, we bring tension into our body. Every time we get annoyed at a colleague's email, leave a negative comment on someone else's social media profile, or look down on another human being, we bring tension into the body. And over time, this tension builds up, and we experience a lack of ease in our bodies. And what do we call a lack of ease in the body? Dis-ease. Lack of ease becomes disease. Core happiness. People have been debating the nature of happiness since at least the days of ancient Greece, 2,500 years ago. These arguments still continue and will probably never be over, but based on my years of research in this area and my hands-on experience of dealing with patients in the real world, I've come up with a new definition of happiness that I've seen to be accurate and genuinely useful time and time again. I've designed this unique model of happiness specifically so that it can be practiced and strengthened over time. I call it core happiness. Now, core happiness is not about bouncing out of bed every morning, all grins, sparkles, and fairy dust. It's not about the peak experiences of joy you might feel on Christmas morning with the kids, or when you step off a flight abroad and feel that glorious first blast of sun on your face. It's about moving